Hey guys, DJ Briggs here, back for another review. Today I have a spring 2018 set. It is a LEGO Marvel Superheroes set for the Avengers Infinity War movie. It is the Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown. Set number is 76108 and has 1004 pieces. Retails for $99 US, and it comes with 5 great minifigures, 4 of which are exclusive to the set. Some of them are just plain exclusive, and then a couple are exclusive variations. And let's get into all the great reasons why this is a great set, starting with the minifigures. Alright, so this is the new Doctor Strange minifigure for the set. He comes with these 2 new part of the Power Blast pack for the new wave of sets. And they're just colored in orange. And they're used to represent his spells, which I personally don't like. I liked the old ones where they were clear and they had all the calligraphy on them, because that's how spells look in the film. But I can understand LEGO changing things to promote this new part system that they have for playability. There's a 360 of what those spells look like. Then let's remove them and take a closer look at the figure. Alright, so looking at the rest of the Doctor Strange minifigure, he is identical to the one released back in 2016. The torso and the legs and the head are all the same. All LEGO really did was change the hairpiece and give him a more accurate hairpiece. It's the dog show Judds from Series 16. It's his hairpiece in black, and then they just printed white streaks on the side to represent his old age. And then the other thing they majorly changed with him is how his cape was done. His cape back then was all one piece and it was all thick fabric, but they updated it to be 2 separate pieces. The top part is still that thick fabric, but the bottom half is this new spongy material. And there's a look at the back printing, and then giving you a look at his alternate expression. You can see he has a more aggressive one, which is, again, it's the same head that we got back in 2016. It's just minor updates to make him even more accurate to the movies. I would have preferred they updated the torso to make the necklace look more accurate, but that's just my personal opinion. And let's look at the next minifigure in the set. Alright, so the next figure in the set is Iron Man in his Mark 50 armor. He comes with 2 of the Power Blast accessories. One is the big blast piece, and the other is this spiraling piece, which is supposed to look like the arc reactor blast coming forward. You can equip him with different ones, but these are the ones he's supposed to be preset with. And I will remove them so we can get a closer look at the minifigure. Alright, so here is Iron Man in his Mark 50 armor. It's got nice printing all over it. It's printed onto a dark red torso, but they do have bright red highlights all throughout the armor to give it that nice 3-dimensional look. He's got printing from head to toe, and his eyes are actually a deeper blue than they've been in previous sets. And then there is the head, the back torso printing, which is very nice, very accurate. Then flipping his mask up, which is a feature on all Iron Man suits. And here is a nice surprise, this is the first time they've actually printed his heads-up display that Tony always has in the films. And they've printed it and actually represented it on this minifigure, which is nice. He's got a nice angry expression, and I'll take the helmet off so we can see that better. It's very light blue. It's got various basic details to get the entire gist across of it. And then his alternate expression is just a standard Tony Stark face that we've all come to know and love. It's really a nice face. Really looks like Robert Downey Jr. And that's it for the Iron Man Mark 50, which is not exclusive to this set. Comes in one other. Alright, so the Iron Man Mark 50 also comes with these two power energy things from the power packs to represent the flight of his repulsors, and then two flames used at the bottom to represent the propulsion. It's connected to his feet with a new piece introduced for this season just to help give that effect, and it's actually a really nice effect, and so there we go. Alright, and then the third figure and final hero for this set is Spider-Man in his new Iron Spider armor. His accessory is the power blast piece introduced in last year's sets. It's molded in white to represent his webs. If you've never seen these before, all you have to do is push this down and it'll fire, which is really cool. And then talking about on his back, he comes with the neck adapter piece that's introduced for this wave of sets, and it's used all over this wave. And here it's used to attach these 4 mechanical arms to his back to represent the 4 mechanical arms he'll have in the movie. It's just some basic gold Exoforce arms with some golden barbs. It gets the general idea across, and you can pose these however you want, which is really cool, really neat. And I'll take the neck bracket off so we can get a closer look at the printing on the minifigure. Alright, so taking a closer look at the printing on the Iron Spider suit for Spider-Man. The head is nothing new. It's the same head we've gotten since 2016 for the MCU Spider-Man. There's nothing changed to it. The real printing comes on the torso and the legs. On the front, you can see we got that nice spider logo inlaid with gold. We can see the arm printing is updated with all this gold and blue designs. Nice back torso printing with the minifigure, and the arm printing is on both sides. Now, the bad thing about this minifigure is the previous Spider-Man minifigures we got for the movies have had dual molded legs with printing on them. So I don't understand how or why LEGO went from that to having plain red legs with printing on the front. All they had to do was just update the printing on those dual molded legs that they had, and it would have been more than fine. But that's the only thing that I have to say about this minifigure, so let's just move on to the next one. Alright, so for our second to last minifigure, we have one of the children of Thanos. This is Ebony Maw. He's a really cool minifigure. He comes with the same Power Blast piece, but molded in trans yellow, which is really nice. He's got nice torso printing, which continues onto the legs. His head is a light aqua color. It's printed very nicely. And he also has back torso printing and back head printing, showing some scraggly bits of hair and stuff. And that just does it for Ebony Maw. He's very straightforward. Very nice minifigure. So let's go on to the last one. Alright, so the final minifigure we have for the set is Cole Obsidian. He is a big fig. Really nicely designed. He comes with these dual hammer weapon things that are connected by a chain. It'll remain to see in the movie what those actually represent. But let's take those out of his hands so we can address his articulation with his arms. Alright, so as we can see, with the hammer chain weapon removed, we get a nicer look at his torso. He also has nice printing on his head and nice shaping. It's really nicely molded. It also is kind of towards the front molded, so it looks like a standard minifigure head, which LEGO always tries to do with its humanoid big figs to make them even more like LEGO minifigures. So for articulation, both hands can rotate 360, and this arm can rotate 360, but this arm really sucks because you can only move it back and forth because this armor shoulder armor here, it impedes his arm movement on this side, so you can't really get many poses out of him for that. What they should have done is do what they did with the Gladiator Hulk last year and mold the armor onto the arm so you could move his arm 360 on this side, because you really can't pose it. But that's it for Cole Obsidian. He is really a nice big fig. It's just that one problem with that arm there of not having enough posability with it. Right, to start off with this set, it's two separate buildings. You got the main build, which is the front part and gives the set its name. It's Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. You got this nice little alleyway build here to bridge the two together. And then on the other side, you got a nice pizzeria, and the top two levels are meant to be Peter Parker's apartment building, more specifically his room. And you can fold these together if you want to save on shelf space, which is really nice. It really looks good closed up. It kind of looks like one building, which is really nice. If you wanna, you can also remove this. It's just held in by two connector pieces, and it can connect there, or if you want to fully open this up, which you can if you want to, it can be fully opened up so you can see and have it on a street corner like that, and then just plug this in at the end here if you want, which looks nice. So let's dive in and take a closer look at the building. But first, let's start with the little mini alleyway build, because you build that first separately. Alright, so looking at this tiny little alleyway build, you got a nice newspaper dispenser, which has a really nice referential to Daredevil on it. As you can see, crime floods the street, and then a little picture of Daredevil. That is a sticker. And then inside you get 3 tiles showing up bundled up newspaper. You get 3 of them, and they're all stickered, which is really nice. You get a couple of boxes stacked up here. The webbing is supposed to be Spider-Man and his phone right there. It's supposed to be, as we saw in Spider-Man Homecoming, where he webs up his backpack to like the side of an alleyway high up, which is really nice. You can put it there, or you can put it on that clip depending on how you want to display your set. And then right here you have a quarter tile printed with a slice of pizza on the ground, because that's a New York thing to do. And then last but not least, you have a trash can, which is green, and if I can get it open, there we go. It just has a white small bone piece in it, which is awesome. So let's look at the full building now that we got this covered. To start off with, let's focus on the Sanctum Sanctorum side of the building. You got this nice entryway up front with these gold ingot pieces being used in gray for some nice shaping. Got a nice entryway. That is a sticker on the front of the door, which is nice. Up top, second level, you have some nice dark nougat colored pieces. Nice shaping overall. A nice balcony. Again, real nice design work here. On the bottom of the second floor, on the first floor here, we have a sticker showing that this is street number 1110. And then down here we can see that Doctor Strange has opened up a portal to travel, and we can see right here is where he came from, or where he's going, which is nice. And going up to the top of the building, you have the Sanctum's iconic round window, which is a printed piece. It's really awesome. And you got some nice shaping up here, thanks in large part to a new piece introduced. It's like a plate here, and it's kind of rounded, which is really nice. Then you got way up top, you got the chimneys, which is nice. Really nice shaping. This really looks good from the outside. The designer really did a nice job capturing the look of the Sanctum Sanctorum from the outside. It doesn't really look too good from the sides, just because of how it is. In this window, it's kind of funny because you can see where the time stone is held, which is fairly easy for the villains to come and take because they can see right where it is, which you can play with that how you will. And let's turn this around and focus on the inside of the sanctum. Right, and on the inside of the bottom floor down there. It's really hard to see inside here, but we have a couple of weapons hanging on the side. We have a green armchair for someone to sit in. And then here is one of the great referentials to the Doctor Strange movie. That is the item he tries to threaten Caecilius with, which is nice. There is a sticker way back in there that's hard for me to get at. Let me see. Come back, focus there. So you got a sticker down there, which is really nice. And then on the second floor, we have even more referential stuff. We have a couple more weapons hanging up there. The chest can be opened and it pretty much has 2 regular knives in it. How magical they are, I don't know. That's nice. And then we have a sticker which shows the other side of the portal. So Doctor Strange just couldn't be bothered to walk down a flight of stairs, so he just opened up a portal down there, which is fine. Down on the floor here you got another sticker, which is supposed to represent one of the books from the Ancient One's library. Particularly, it's the one Caecilius takes from in the first Doctor Strange movie. It's the book that Caecilius rips the pages from, which is a nice reference. And then you got the bookshelf where the time stone is held. So you got a nice colorful way of books just to represent books on a bookshelf. Up top you have a nanofig, which is awesome. And this is part of the action feature for the time stone. So you just twist it to come on, twist it out, and then there is the time stone, which is nice. It is exclusive to this set. Each Infinity Stone is exclusive to one set, and this is the only way you can get the time stone, which is understandable because this is a Doctor Strange set and he is the one with the time stone. You can just pop the window back in there, which is nice. And that should do it for the Sanctum side of the right. And then for the second part of the building, we have this standard New York style building where you have the bottom floor is a pizzeria, and then the top 2 levels is Peter Parker's part of Peter Parker's apartment, which is nice. Looking on the outside of the building here, we have a couple stickers. We have the Pepe's Pizza, which is a sticker, the open sign, the sign representing Bleecker Street, which really should have been on the alleyway as a separate sign, but little leeway we're going to grant them here. One thing I do not like is all this exposed Technic and all these exposed little knobs to show action features. It's just really something I don't like. There is a sticker on the side of this building representing a web. You can see another sticker up here on this window, which is nice. And then on the side of this building we have even more stickers. We have a webbing one down here, and way down here on this one we have a Spidey logo, advertisement for web design classes. That's kind of funny. And then a Spider-Man Homecoming reference with Lizzie with a heart around it, which is nice. And then up top here on the 3rd floor, we're gonna touch on all the action features on the outside of the building before we go in it. So most of them are just explodey push out button features. So you push this one down here and it blows out the Pepe's window, which is nice. And then it's fairly easy to reset if you have small hands. And then the other window that can be blown out is this one up here. So you have a web piece up here, and then you just yank it and it just gets pushed out, which is really nice. Really nice to interact some destruction, just as long as there's no civilian casualties. And then again, that's fairly easy to pop in. A little bit harder than the bottom. Yeah, man. There we are. And then up here is another awesome feature. It's to represent Spidey swinging through the up top here. It's right here. It's to represent Spidey swinging through the city as he does. So all you do is you take and you attach his hand to here. Okay, man. Of course, it doesn't want to work for me when I'm trying to record.